back in the City Creek, looking for City Creek stuff. And last time, this particular creek we came to, found 2 rings in the I forgot the title of the video. Oh, it's where a car went over the side of the bridge. The 2 rings I found, I thought I saw something, were a long way, you know, a couple hundred yards from where the accident was, so this is non-related. But I got to thinking, you know, we've found all kinds of weapons and now rings over bridges, so I got to think, King, look at those signs. I wonder what they say. So I got to thinking, let's go back and just stare at the ground a little bit. So here we go. Just got to think about something. We've had some raging thunderstorms over the past couple of weeks. Not particularly right here because the water's so low, but other areas. And I don't understand, maybe y'all can help me out. Why, when there's a raging thunderstorm on the interstate or anywhere, why do people put on their flashers and it's so dark outside sometimes, but the flashers are blistering bright? Then they go like 30. I guess my thoughts are, if I absolutely couldn't see where I had to go like 30 on the interstate, I'd probably just pull over and get on up out the road. But that's just my own thoughts. See, this, we can see good right here. Anything that rolls here usually gets buried with silt pretty quickly. So we're gonna go up on the hillside and look around in the gravel next to the tracks, see if we can find anything else. Everything that's thrown off the side, and I'm climbing up, everything that's thrown off the side of a bridge lands on the ground. That's a fact. So we would check the rocks. I've done this in tons of towns, and it never fails. Everything that's thrown from a bridge lands underneath it. I know, seems hard to believe, but it's true. Take this shoe for example. Let's say you were done with that one shoe and you thought, I don't really need this shoe anymore. Let me throw it off the bridge. And then you throw it off. And next thing you know, it's famous on an incredible video. So what I want to do, I want to keep the camera on just in case there's any doubt to people who don't know me when we just reach over and pick something up, so they don't think, oh, he put it there. Y'all don't do that. If I was going to do that, I'd have done that 1,400 videos ago. Yeah, that's right. The homeless don't play that. We came out of the hills where the wreck was way up high, a long way from here, and then we walked to the bottom. Like, say you had 2 boots and you only really wanted 1, and you thought, I don't need that boot anymore. Hold the phone, paraphernalia. That boot has been harvested. This boot has been here since new. Timberland. So if you could find the other one, you could have a 0 owner pair of boots. Because Nobody's ever owned them before. Okay, I'm not gonna force you to look around because I got another spot I want to look too, but I'm gonna look around a lot. Okay, yeah, just look with me. I don't know how you decide when you throw something off a bridge, which way you throw it. Do you throw it eastbound or westbound? This particular highway runs east and west. So, do you wait for a wind, or do you just wing it and swing it? That right there is a metal. That is not metal. I thought that was a metal strap. What is that? I thought it was a metal grounding strap for an hinge in, but it is not. Sometimes I just stand and do that. I know you need to get a little closer, so I can't get you any closer without walking on my face. So I'm going to put you on the end of my old grip and grab. Speaking of grip and grab, the E-Tour company, E-T-T-O-R-E, hold on, I'm popping you back, sent me an email and said, hey, and it's kind of strange, we're walking down this very same street on the very same day, and I said, is that my problem? Is it my fault? And I told him, I said, if it's gonna, what is that? So if that's where it's going to be, we're going to call the whole thing to a halt. And I told him, I said, you don't love me, but I feel you could. See, that's not metal either. No, they said, I know you carry the wand around in the Kelly grippers. I said yes. And they wanted to send me some products to try out. I can't talk to you with this thing's on the end of the stick way down there. So they wanted to send me some products to try out, you know, to try to peddle to you guys. But I'm telling you, this E-Tour Grip and Grab, also known as the Kelly Gripper, is the absolute best because this little rubber fingers on the end. You can pick up a needle in a haystack. So let's say you're playing outside and you want to play in the haystack and you've got your favorite needle in your pocket. What is that, piece of brakes? I think it is, because the brake line would run through that little trough. That's a GH trough. And you lose your favorite needle. You think, man, I'd love to have that needle back. But you can't find it. So you go get your Kelly grippers. I tell you, it'd be awesome if they would do. They need to put my channel name across the side of this monkey. Then we could talk Burtness. But I told them, I said, I don't expect y'all to send me anything. I said, I don't want your stuff. I said, but a lot of people have bought this thing through my Amazon link. And when you buy things through my Amazon links, let's say I put up a magnet and say, hey, check this out on Amazon. Let's say you don't want that goofy magnet. You say, I don't want a stupid magnet, dude. What the heck am I gonna do with a big old magnet? What am I gonna do with a metal detector? I could care less. I just want to watch you because you never find anything and it's entertaining. So let's say you said all those things to yourself and you're still looking for that needle. And you wish you had some of these, but you thought, man, I ain't paying stinking $18, $20 for those things. So I told them, I said, why don't y'all run a special on these things? So far I hadn't heard back. They may not like my suggestion. I said, why don't you run a special on these things? And then all the peeps know who go with us out into the creeks and into the woods. I said, I'll let them know that there's a special. They will buy it through my link. No tricks, no gimmicks. You sell your stuff as I peddle your stuff, and they get a good deal. Because these are, I think, like $18 in Lowe's or Home Depot. They're kind of steep. But you know the old Southern saying, pay for what you get. Say for instance, you see these bones laying right there, and you only want that one, and you do this. And you say, I want to put that bone right there, so that's what you do. I want to rebuild this animal. So I'll take this pelvic thrust monkey and I put it right there. But I'm going to need a vertebrae. Well, there's one right there. And you think, I can rebuild this guy faster, stronger. Then you think, man, I wish I had the wishbone. Well, first you got to get the neck bone out of there. Then you need the other piece right there. So you get the picture, right? But that rock's in your way. And you think, man, I don't want to bend over and move that. So then you stand up and you press on. You think, I wonder what kind of animal that was. See, because now I'm curious. I don't see its melon anywhere. Then you say, hey, those are pretty cool, so you get one. And then if you don't like it, you can always just leave mean comments on my channel, because I'm cool with that. That's part of the where the wreck was, and so is the other one down there. I still have not figured out who was in the wreck or anything about it, because it never made the news. Oh my goodness, I just had a thought. I know you just rolled your eyes, didn't you? Well, roll them back the other way and pay attention. You know, this is kind of a political thing, and I'm not a political type, argumentative type person. Look at all the plastic. So you wonder where plastic goes when it's thrown off a bridge. Now all of this, every bit of this, if it floats, it came out of the creek over there. That's why there's so much plastic and cans up here. Okay, political stuff. It ain't about who the next president's gonna be. We all know who it's gonna be, whether you like it or not. I'm not saying one way or the other whether I like it or not, but it's just kind of inevitable, you know what I mean? And if I was gonna throw something off this bridge, it'd probably be right there. I do have a fear. I've only had one person throw stuff off a bridge intentionally at me, and that was somewhere, where was that? Gosh, I forgot the name of the town. Somebody was walking over and saw me doing this and threw something at me. And I said, man, if you come back, we could probably be friends. You might like me. And you wouldn't want to try to hit me in the head, just hit me in the head with stuff like that. So let's talk politics. That's where we were. So anybody who's halfway familiar with the Bible, this is not a religious thing. I see, I went about the whole story wrong. So pretend like I haven't told you anything yet, and let's start over. So you want to talk about politics? I don't either. Oh, look at that. What is that? Class? Okay, where were we? Oh, we were still at, say you want to talk about politics. You know, all over the, I guess it's not just the South, the North too, they're removing statues of former slave owners who came down in history as slave owners, and then there's been statues put up. Well, I get it. I do get it. Whether you agree or not, I kind of get it. We all got our kind of our own opinions, and I'm not asking you to believe mine, but or agree with mine, but I kind of get it. Human trafficking is human trafficking, and that's what slavery was, regardless of where you're from. So you think about it, let's take it to the next extreme. This is gonna blow your mind. Find somebody else and talk to them about it, see what they think. Julius Caesar conquered a lot of places and a lot of people. He sold an entire nation once at the auction block to slave buyers, human traffickers is the correct word, of people. That wasn't a complete sentence because I was looking around and trying to make a sentence at the same time. You get where I'm going with this? Also, if you didn't know this, he also, any woman that was pregnant, it was ordered that the baby be cut from their belly, hence the word cesarean section. Why he did that, I'm not familiar with all the details because I wasn't there. I simply read history, and I do read the scriptures a lot too, so I know what I know. You know, I'm going to say what I can say. Oh wait, that's a Paul Simon song. So anyway, so there you get one set of words, the cesarean section from Julius Caesar. So not only that, look at that little blue-tailed skink. Am I good? So on the other hand, not only that word comes from it, but if I was of childbearing years, hold on, that still wouldn't work, would it? And had to have a cesarean section, although I've heard that sometimes it's done by choice. So be it. Hang on, I forgot my train of thought again. I'm looking at the ground and all these things that are around. I'm hoping I can find something that needs to be found. These rings I found were thrown off. Obviously, they were over in here, and the wreck was many moons that way. Okay, not moons, but 2 football fields. So this is the kicker. Let's say there was a new movement to remove the word cesarean section from history, simply because its history is rooted in something that was not good. I could not imagine what a cesarean section would have been like back then. I couldn't imagine what it's like now. So not only that, okay, so you think that's a big deal. That could probably become a movement. Maybe I should start movements. Maybe I should be a movement starter. Something you go to the doctor. Okay, maybe not. So anyway, I don't see anything, y'all. We've covered all this. Let's keep going to the other side of this bridge. Now this end of the bridge, everything flies up in the kudzu. You can thank Japan for that. Actually, you can thank the people who brought it over. Or at least that's what I've been told. Homeless never Googled that one. Okay, we're back at the shoe. So let's say there's a movement to remove that term from society. I'd say, yeah, I get it. I would not want my having a baby being delivered through surgical procedure to have any correlation at all with someone like that. So, okay, I get it. So you wonder, what's that got to do with him selling an entire nation at the auction blocks? When you think about Little Caesar's Pizza, it's got a little picture of Little Caesar. Holy smokes, that could become traumatic for the chain. Everybody said, oh no, he was a slaveholder, a human trafficker. This is about as political as I'm ever going to get on here. And I'm just asking your opinion, that's all. So, change the name of Little Caesar's Pizza or you won't get my business anymore. Because he more than probably any European settler who was into human trafficking, sold more and did more. I mean, he was known to be a seller of people, and he is the icon, the mascot, the everything of Little Caesars Pizza and the Caesarean section. Isn't that interesting? It just popped in my head as I was pedaling my wagon down the Eisenhower Interstate system, and I thought, holy smokes, if people really took the time to think about things they were activating about, because you know when you're an activist, you've been activated by something. See, this is interesting. I know, this is dirt and rocks, that's all you're looking at. Anyway, if I was gonna get activated, that would probably activate me, but I'm not a activist. At all. I think we're about reached the end of our time here. Please write your questions down. I'll leave them at the front. Yeah, we're past where anyone could launch stuff. So I'm going to do one more look up here, but tell me in the comments what you think. Is that a line of cockeye? Or does it make some sense to you? And if it ever comes true, do not blame me. And if you own a Little Caesarean pizza chain, just pretend like you never saw this video. I'm gonna go look around down here one more time. If I find something, I'll be back. If I don't, thanks for watching my videos. But before we go, I made it just in time. Thanks for watching my videos. Okay, I'm still here. I just found that in the creek. Welcome back. Let's see. Perfect Nugan. Thanks for watching my videos.